If you're a man over 55 and you're training hard, eating clean, and getting enough sleep, and still losing muscle, this video might explain why. And you definitely want to stick around to the end because I reveal the most important aspect of building muscle for men over 55. And please like and subscribe to the channel if you find value in this content. Thank you. Most men think muscle is built in the gym. Some think it's built during sleep. But muscle is only built when the body receives the right signals. And as we age, especially over 50, those signals get disrupted and weaker. Miss those signals, and overnight becomes muscle loss, not muscle growth. Here's the big shift. It's your mindset. After 50, muscle building is no longer about working harder. It's about working smarter. You don't need more or longer workouts. You need better recovery, nutrition, and signaling. Because muscle protein synthesis doesn't care how hard you trained. It only responds to 1, nutrients, 2, hormones, 3, sleep, and metabolic health. What, when, and how you eat. So what is the on switch for muscle protein synthesis? It's protein and amino acids. Let's talk about protein because this is where most men over 55 miss the mark. To properly grow muscle and maintain muscle, you need to consume 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of ideal body weight. For example, if you're 175 pounds, you need 175 grams of protein daily. And it's not just how much protein you eat, it's when and what type. Animal protein is the ideal protein to consume for muscle protein synthesis to occur most efficiently and effectively. Red meat, as in beef, ground beef or steak, ideally grass-fed as opposed to grain-fed, and the organs liver, heart, tongue. Also bison, deer, venison, elk, moose, lamb, goat, chicken, duck, turkey, eggs, yes, yolk included, fish, wild-caught fatty fish such as Alaskan salmon, mackerel, albacore tuna, and sardines. You can also eat pork, wild boar. These are just few suggestions of types of animal protein. You can also utilize a whey protein shake to help supplement your protein intake. Whey is an animal-based protein, plus it's easier to get your 40 grams of protein via a shake. You want to consume a minimum of 40 to 50 grams of protein per meal, and that's if you eat 3 meals a day. Why? I'm glad you asked. The reason for the 40 to 50 gram minimum of protein per meal is because of the amount of amino acids that you need to kickstart the muscle protein synthesis process, growing muscles. And the most important amino acid is leucine. Leucine is the master switch for turning on muscle protein synthesis. If you don't hit the leucine threshold of 3 grams per meal, muscle growth doesn't turn on, period. Now typically, if you were a 20 or 25-year-old or even a 30-year-old, you could get away with 30 grams of protein, which will give you about the 3 grams of leucine. But we're not 25 anymore, hence requiring more grams of protein to get the minimum 3 grams of leucine needed. Another very important amino acid is glycine. Glycine supports deep sleep, collagen formation, recovery, and nervous system calming. And deep and REM sleep is where muscle repair happens. The branched chain amino acids and essential amino acids provide the raw materials your muscles need, especially as digestion and absorption slow with age. Omega-3 fatty acids and inflammation. Chronic inflammation is muscle silent killer. Omega-3 fatty acids, hence, that's why consuming fatty fish like the wild-caught Alaskan salmon, mackerel, and sardines, all rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce muscle breakdown, improve anabolic sensitivity, and support joint health. Inflammation and also is an off switch in the muscle. Training smarter, not harder. After 55, your body doesn't recover like it did at 35. You don't need marathon workouts, 2 to 3 hour workouts that spike cortisol levels, leading to lower testosterone levels. You don't need daily HIIT, high intensity interval training, a couple of times a week to suffice. Ego lifting, that's super weight, heavyweight lifting like you might have done in high school. We're not in high school anymore. What you need is progressive resistance, proper rest between sessions, and intensity without destruction. Train hard, but recover harder. Let's talk about recovery tools and supplements. Recovery is not optional anymore, it's mandatory. A great recovery tool is 20 minutes of sauna. Right? 20 minutes of sauna improves circulation, increases growth hormone, enhances recovery. The number one supplement that men over 55 should be taking is creatine monohydrate, at least 5 grams per day. However, I recommend 10 grams. I personally take 20 grams of creatine daily. The reason why is for another video. Why I do is for another video. I do not recommend you start out that way as I did, this gradually. And if you're just starting out, do not do all 10 at the same time. Do 5 and then 5 a little later on to see how your body responds and how your stomach handles it. And be sure to drink plenty of water because your cells and muscle tissues will absorb more water when taking creatine. The other thing about creatine, quality matters. Be sure you get a creatine monohydrate that has the CreoPure label on it. Why? Creatine with the CreoPure label is the purest form and of the highest quality, manufactured from laboratories in Germany. All others without the CreoPure label come from China. Poor quality, cheap, and with fillers and God knows what else. Creatine monohydrate is one of the most researched supplements in the world. Helps with strength, power, training intensity, and muscle preservation. And yes, creatine is safe and powerful for men over 55. Okay, let's wrap it up with sleep and hormones. And one of the most important supplements to take right before bedtime. If you're not sleeping, you're not building muscle. Sleep regulates testosterone, growth hormone, and insulin sensitivity. No sleep equals muscle loss. Simple as that. So if you're following the 50 gram protein per meal example that I mentioned in the very beginning of this video, and you weigh 175 pounds, you're still short 25 grams of protein. Here's when and why and what type of protein you need to take. The type of that additional 25 grams of protein right before bed, literally, I take it mine 10 minutes before I go to bed, is I make a shake with 25 grams of casein protein. Casein protein is a very slow digesting, time-release protein that gets absorbed into your system for the next 4 to 6 hours while you sleep. Why is this important? Because when you're sleeping, you are in a fasted state, right? Not eating. However, your muscles are being restored, they're building and growing. And if you don't have the nutrients while that's happening, remember the amino acids, leucine, the on switch, and the other amino acids, you will begin to lose muscle while you're sleeping. Yes, I'm talking about sarcopenia, which is the age-related muscle loss. And this happens while you sleep. The other mandatory thing about sleep is you must get 7 to 9 hours of sleep nightly, which is vitally important for testosterone production and human growth hormones, all right, and for the muscle building process. This isn't about shortcuts. It's about understanding the rules of the body after 55 and using them to your advantage. That's exactly what I break down and go to even deeper inside the Keto Rockstar School community. If you're ready to build muscle, raise testosterone naturally, restore energy, and bring sexy back at 55, this is your time. The Keto Rockstar School community is your place. I am Tommy Pichardo, the Keto Rockstar. Be sure to reach out if you have any questions or need any additional information about the Keto Rockstar School community. And like and subscribe if you found value in this content. Until next time.